Hi, everybody. This is Norm DeVay, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at Copa Health. It is a new year, 2022. Wow, doesn't it seem like just yesterday it was 1984? Oh, I don't know why I said that, because I got to tell you, the last few years have just gone by in such a weird manner. I don't know what happened to 2021. I'm not sure what happened to 2020, but I know 2022 is going to be a great year. And we are starting off with a fantastic Copa Roundup to begin the year. We're going to be talking about resolutions, why they don't always work, behavior changes that are associated with resolutions are the best way to make behavior changes. And we've got two interns from our clinical education program, and I'm so excited to have them here. We've got Krystal Irizarry and Victoria Davis. And I hope, Krystal, I got that last name right. I know I practiced it ahead of time. Sometimes I just get last names wrong, but how are you doing today, Krystal?
We're doing amazing. We're here. Very glad to be here with you in this morning. And you, how are you?
I'm good. I had a little bit of time off, and I'm so glad to be back at work. I know people think that's weird, but I just love my job and I love the environment here. Victoria, you're doing okay?
Doing just fine. Glad to be back in the routine of things, which is important for behavior change. So.
I like that. You're jumping right into it. So I'm going to start out with Krystal then. So Krystal, this is a tough question. Why do so many New Year's resolutions fail? And by the way, I know they fail because I've made many over the years. And why do they fail? And do you know, is there a better approach than making resolutions?
Yes, sir. That is something that I think if you ask everybody, they're going to have a really good story behind that question. So I think the most important part about New Year's resolution is that we set realistic goals. And also there is a second thing that is very important, that the thing that we want to change is really in our core. It's an intrinsic motivation. It's a motivation that is related to us and not to others. Because when we are most connected to ourselves, the change can be reached, the goal can be reached. And that is the most important part about New Year resolution. Sometimes we just get in this new trendings, TikTok, the news, all this stuff, and we make resolution based in the others' expectation and not based in our needs. When we're sit here with the members, we always set goals. That is the most important goals. But we set goals that make us better, that makes a change, that makes something that we really want, not the others. And there is the most important part of New Year's resolution. I will say that it's not New Year's resolution. It will be my personal resolutions. If you change that words, everything can change. The pattern can change. And also, I will say that something that works really good for me and also for all the members that I work with them is to have a moment for reflection, a moment to overview all the things that we have done in the past and works, so we can keep implementing the things that works. And I think that is very important. And also just take a little piece of paper and write all the things that you really want. I don't know why, but it's work.
Yeah, I think I was watching a documentary last week, and somebody talked about the fact that when they actually write things down, not type them, not send them in an email, but when they actually write things down, it seems to embed in their brain a little bit better. So I am not going to make a resolution then this year to be taller, because I'm in my 50s and I've probably grown as much height-wise as I'm going to. And I'm not going to make a resolution to win the lottery, because that's not within my control. But there are a lot of things to make resolutions and that are realistic, that involve behavior change. And I think that's what I want to talk to Victoria about. Behavior change. Can you talk about making changes to your behavior and making changes to behaviors that we may not like? For instance, I don't like working out, but sometimes I know that it's necessary.
Yeah, so it really goes hand in hand with that idea of resistance and control. A lot of times we don't want to have to take on any behavior changes that can kind of imply that we might not be competent enough, that we don't know what the outcome exactly may be, the amount of effort that we have to put in for that specific change or that behavior that we, is desired to make. So a lot of times, we can make these goals and make these resolutions. And I always say, our conversations determine our desires, but our behaviors determine our beliefs. And if we can truly put forth the action behind what we believe that we can have and the things that we desire, then that's when the change will ultimately happen. But belief is, the first step in anything to kind of let go of the wall of resistance and control towards change.
Yeah, I really like that, because I tell you, I don't often have a desire to do certain things, but every once in a while, I'll realize that I need to change something about myself, and that change that I desire causes me to want to change my behavior.
Right.
My wife got us off sugar last August. I'm not completely off sugar, but we didn't do added sugar anymore. And I wasn't crazy about that, but the results have really made me happy. So Victoria, sticking with you just for a minute, because I'm going to ask both of you this question. What do you find is the best way to motivate ourselves when it comes to changing our behaviors for the better?
Understanding your why. Why is it that you want to accomplish this? What will be the benefits? Visualizing yourself on the other side. How would you feel? How would you look? How would you dress? Who would you be with? What are the smells that you would encounter if you took on this behavior change and truly, going forth with that to manifest what it is that you want in your life?
I love that, understanding the why. I always, every once in a while, I'll be around somebody and they'll make a statement. I'm like, oh, that's going to be the name of your autobiography that you're going to put together. And I think the two of you need to write a book called Understanding the Why. How about you, Krystal? Do you have any suggestions other than understanding the why on ways to motivate ourselves to make behavior changes that we may not be particularly happy about having to make?
Yes, I will say define your life purpose. When you define your life purpose, you know the steps that you need to take to go through that direction, and your motivation will be moved through that point. When you don't have a place to go, you will be all over the place. But when you define your goal, your motivation, your life purpose, you will love every step that you go through.
I both of those hit home so much. Understand your why and your life purpose or your purpose. And it just, when you boil it down to that, I think it's so wonderful that you're able to put it in such terms that really hit home with people. So I'm sure the two of you are going to be fantastic, in your careers, especially after you graduate and you have your career starting here at Copa Health, because that's the behavior I want. I want you both to decide to work.
You're so nice.
And I do just want to add one more thing, Norman, to that. It's a model that I came across a while back when I was going through my own therapy, and my therapist would always tell me, follow the be, do, have model. What is it that you want to have, right? Those people who have those things, what is it that they do, right? And who is it that they are, right? So that you have to be that person in order to do those things, in order to have what it is that you want.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It's sort of falls into the category of what you admire in others, especially the people that you admire in others, if you emulate that. And then also, and I talk about this a lot when I'm out in the community, I'm talking about different things that we do here at Copa Health, especially when it comes to behavior change, when it comes to maybe substance abuse or something like that. Your environment too. If you put somebody back in the environment that they're in, and I have learned that is such a huge impact, because when I mentioned sugar earlier, my wife and I started having less and less and then less of that in our environment, and it made it so much easier to adhere to the goals that we had.
Yes, and that is a lot of times something that you can control.
I like control. I'm a little bit of a control freak, but thank you both for being here. How much longer will you be in the intern program here at Copa Health?
6 months.
Yeah, we have about 6, 7 more months left. Yeah.
Another 6 or 7 months. Well, I hope to see you again soon, whether it's on the Copa Roundup or in another situation. And let me just ask, and I know this isn't fair to just throw it out there, but it is the subject we're talking about. Did either one of you make, or do either one of you have behavior changes or resolutions that you're shooting for this year?
Yes, of course.
Anything that you would like to share?
Oh, one would be completing my dissertation so that I'm not an ABD, you know. So that's one thing for sure.
Yeah, for me, it will be completing the internship and also to develop my career as independent artist after my doctorate degree.
Well, I love that, because I will tell you one thing else that I've heard, and I could be wrong and I might not get the vernacular completely correct, but making goals public sometimes really will help somebody stick with something. So I'm so proud of both of you, and I'm so grateful that you were on today. Hopefully we'll get to see you soon. But that is it for our Copa Roundup for this week. The first out of the gate for 2022, January 7th. Yes, Krystal and Victoria, great job. I'm so glad that you all were on today. And next week, we are going to have a recurring guest that we've had in the past, Ken Mack, a good friend of mine, back on the Copa Roundup. And he's going to be talking about two things that are both they go together, but they also are so important in our world. One of them is Martin Luther King Day and celebrating the life of Dr. King. And then also February is Black History Month. And I don't think we ever can talk enough about the history of the impact that so many African Americans, people who made a difference in that in our society, how that has been made. And we spend 1 month. And I can't remember, I think it was Chris Rock who made a joke. Yes, we have Black History Month, but anybody notice it's always the shortest month of the year? Well, I was born on February 29th, so I've got a similar complaint about that. But until next week, everybody, take care. And we will see you again on January 14th, 2022. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.